Hey guys, welcome to sBLitz. Your boy Rob. Did I just continue from there, right?
Are you serious?
All right, jellyfish, bro. This shit got me fucking thinking about motions in the ocean. All right, that's right. Hey guys, welcome to sBLitz. It's your boy Rob.
It's your boy Jose.
And we talking about the most trending topics right now in the NBA. Today we're just gonna dedicate all about the NBA because we have so many moves going on in the off season. Jose, we gotta talk about it, right?
Of course, man. I mean,
Too many moves right now. So let's talk about the biggest move right now. The biggest blockbuster move we've seen in a while, obviously, is the King. LeBron signing with LA, going to the Los Angeles Lakers as part of a 4-year, $154 million contract where he'll be teaming up with players like Rajon Rondo, Lance Stevenson, JaVale McGee, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Steve Roa. I mean, a lot of people going on here.
Kyle Kuzma.
Kyle Kuzma, which is one of my favorite rookies, actually. I talked the most hype about him last year.
Second-year player.
Second-year player?
I mean, he will be this year.
I mean, he had a great season, so if he's gonna do better than first, I'm super excited to see him. I think he's better than Ball as far as scoring goes, for sure.
I mean, yeah, scoring, yeah.
He's joining LA. He got Kobe support. People compare him to who? Michael Jordan, right? He plays more like Magic than he does like Jordan. I mean, you can say Kobe plays like Jordan. You can even say Durant plays like Jordan. But LeBron don't play like Jordan. Is it fair to compare the two? I mean, it's basketball. There's no fairness in what you compare or not. But I will say this. He's more comparable to Magic than anybody else. He's going to LA. He signs 4 years. I'm super excited to see what he does. Jose, what's your take on him going to LA? Is this a good move for him? Is he making the finals run this year? And what's he doing next year in LA?
Well, it's a good move for him. It's LeBron, so I feel like anywhere LeBron goes, you have a chance to win. They were running his stats. Like he has improved every team he has joined for at least by 10 wins or more every year. So I don't know what was the Lakers' record last year, but you could add 10 wins to that just by adding LeBron. So they probably become a playoff team. Are they gonna be a high seed? Probably not. Depending on what moves they make, what they have right now is not enough. I don't see them making it even past maybe the 6th seed in the West, if that. And then even then, it'll still be like a first round elimination in the hands of the Rockets. So yeah, I mean, right now, I don't see them being a championship contender. Adding LeBron gets them a step closer, obviously, but depending on who else they add, or let's say Kyle Kuzma takes the next step, or Ingram takes the next step. I just don't really think it's gonna happen like that. Or Alonzo Ball takes the next step. Without them doing that right now, what they have on their roster, I don't see them winning the championship. Now, what comes with that is, since you sign LeBron, now a lot of players will sign with you because you have the best player in the league now sign on your team, and it's LA. At the end of the day, glamour, glitz, everybody wants to play story franchise. Who wouldn't want to join the Lakers? Now, if you're telling me they could go ahead and acquire Kawhi Leonard, which right now San Antonio has an insane price on him, I wouldn't pay that. But if they could go ahead and trade for Kawhi Leonard, Kawhi and LeBron plus Kyle Kuzma, I'm a little intrigued there. That's a playoff team for sure. Are there still 1 or 2 seed? Probably not. I still see the Golden State for sure being better than them, and then the Rockets still, they got a solid squad, and I still see them as the second best team in that conference. But the Lakers are making moves. They accomplished their first goal and their only goal so far in the season, where the number 1 goal was to acquire LeBron. Goal accomplished. Now he's got to complement him and add around players that will take him to the next level. Superstar-driven league, as you can see. You need multiple stars to win a championship nowadays. There's only 1 star over there at the moment, so there's more to be read into that story, I guess.
I feel like even with the pieces they added, I feel like they're a solid team. I don't feel like they're going to win the championship this year. I don't even feel like they'll make it to the finals. I obviously do feel like they make it into the postseason, of course. You got LeBron. But here's what I think now, and you can take it any way you want. LeBron gets criticized so much for making it to the finals and losing every single season. So I think this season he's taking a different approach. I think he wants to make it to the playoffs, but I don't necessarily think he wants to win it all this season. I think he wants to rebuild next season with a potential Kawhi Leonard who says he's coming here in 2019, with a potential Demarcus Cousins, depending on how good and healthy he is and depending on what his pay is going to be for that season. But just with Kawhi alone, LeBron, and advanced Kuzma and Ball, adding pieces like a rim protector and JaVale McGee, a second team Rondo, and a super aggravating character that we've seen that works in the Warriors, like a Draymond Green, in a Lance Stevenson. Because Lance Stevenson, let's be honest, him and LeBron have a ton of history. Now that they're playing on the same team, will he do that to other players? Will he feel like he's part of a winning team and maybe play harder? Because we saw what he did in Indiana, and only in Indiana, because apparently he can't play anywhere else. So I want to see what he brings to LA. But when you add those pieces together, I don't think LeBron goes anywhere this season, but I feel like there's a mastermind plan to what he's doing this season right now, because he wants to wait for the season right after to see if he can get an all-time defender, all-time player in Kawhi Leonard. And not only that, obviously, Jose, you know this better than anybody. Wherever LeBron goes, I mean, naturally, he's just going to attract other stars or other players to want to come and play with him and say, hey, I got the opportunity to play with one of the best players in the world. So this season is almost a strategized season. They're going to get together, see what works for them, you know, max out budget, see what they got to do to attract more talent this season and offseason. And mind you, Jose, the offseason is far from over. We don't know what else they're going to do this.
So how about if they blow, Robert? How about if they go out there and the only one that shows up is LeBron? How about if Kyle Kuzma goes on a sophomore slump? How about if Lonzo Ball goes on a sophomore slump more than he did his first year in the league? What happens then? Now you look very suspect to other players in the league when you have options with OKC, let's say. You got Houston, who got a solid squad. You got Utah, who has a solid squad. Then you got, obviously Golden State. You know what I mean? There's going to be some options out there for other players to be signed, especially after next year. A lot of more teams are going to have way more cap space to throw around money. So it's going to be competition now. There's not going to be the Lakers or anybody. Like, the Lakers is going to be able to pick whoever they want from the tree, So
100%. I don't think the Lakers will be able to pick out anyone they want, but I will say this. People want to play with LeBron. They want
if he's winning, because people didn't want to play with LeBron in Cleveland when they weren't winning.
The thing is, nobody wants to go to Cleveland either.
I mean, absolutely.
Because when he came to Miami, everybody showed up. You got Ray Allen, Chris Bosh. You know, other players who came just to play with LeBron. I mean, James Jones.
We signed
virtually anywhere LeBron went.
When he was here in Miami, we signed veterans to minimum contracts because we couldn't afford to sign other players like, let's say, Andre Iguodala or Sean Livingston. So our model, the way that we did it over here when we had our big three, was a lot different than what Golden State has done. I feel like the way Golden State has gone about it, it's a lot more stable. It's a lot more, allows you to keep your team a little fresher and, maintain them a little closer, I guess, because they have some younger players. We were relying on a lot of veteran players, old players that who were getting hurt, and towards the end of the playoff were not very useful because they say, besides Mike Miller, that game, what was it, game 3 in OKC? That guy's amazing. Playing basically he's completely hurt. His back gave out on him.
Always
the guy
holding his back.
Yeah, his back was just shit, man. Poor guy. Could barely move out there, but he goes out there and shoots like his 7 threes, loses his shoe in one of the threes and still hits it. I mean, it was insane. Thank you, Mike Miller. You're the shit.
Thank you, Mike Miller. We appreciate you for coming down to Miami and doing what you did. And on what you were saying, Jose, we had the oldest players out here. I mean, just look back for a second. The players we're talking about right now are not in the NBA anymore. We had Rashard Lewis, Chris Anderson, known as the Birdman, Shane Battier, Ray Allen, Eddie House. I mean, we had the oldest players. Granted, the Warriors are doing it at a younger level, which is great. But in respect to LeBron going to Los Angeles, if, like you said, Lonzo goes on a sophomore slump, and if, like you say, Kuzma goes on a sophomore slump, which can happen, anything's possible in the NBA, I almost still feel confident that Magic Johnson will do something about it. Mind you, we're not paying these players a lot of money, so if they go on a sophomore slump, all they do is hurt their future value. They're not getting paid big money yet. So what does that do? Hey, people still want to come play with LeBron. People still want to come and play.
Lonzo was the number 2 pick. Lonzo's getting paid some decent money, man. I mean, Lonzo just finished making, I believe, was $6.5 million a year this year. That's decent money, man. I mean,
it's a mil over what Boogie's making right now. It's not a max contract where we can afford other players.
Absolutely,
he's getting paid $6.5 a year.
You don't earn a max contract after year 2 in the league. So I mean,
100%. So I know he's not making big boy money. He's making money, but in the NBA, 6.5 mil for the big baller brand. Shout out LeVar. It's not big money. I will say this.
Quick question: did you hear? Now that you got me started. I'm sorry. You should have never said that name on this podcast.
I don't like him.
Why are you saying shout out?
I'm shouting him out because he's always talking a big game.
Now you're hyping him up. Next thing you know, he wants to be on the podcast. Like, let's go. I want to be on your guy podcast. Yeah, strutting up in here like he owns this shit, man. And that bar ain't shit, man. Like, I'll play you 1-on-1 wherever you are. 4 or 5. 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 4 or 5.
LA Bron. That's what they're calling him now. LeBron, right? He's going to have, they're calling him LA Bron, LeBron, whatever you want to call it. The point is, I don't see him doing a lot this season unless they make more moves. But I like how they're building around him in the JaVale McGee, which is a good rim protector. He's your alley-oop type of guy. You got Lonzo Ball who can hopefully throw him up there.
He's going to give you 50 bonehead plays a year, too.
Depends how much you play him.
I mean,
because he had a couple. He has bonehead plays, but if you look back at him every season, I mean, you got to look at it this way: progress makes perfect. He's had less and less bonehead plays, maybe because he doesn't have as much play time. But the point is, he's had less and less bonehead plays. I'm being really optimistic towards him. I'm being super optimistic. On top of that, I like Rondo. I've always been a Rondo fan. I know he's not what he used to be, but to lead a second team.
But here's the thing, Robert.
Being a point guard, I'm excited.
You got 2 point guards who can't shoot. Where's the shooting going to come from? If you see, every time LeBron has a team, they surround him with shooters because he's the ultimate distributor for the most part. The Lakers don't have that. Their best 3-point shooter is probably going to be Caldwell Pope. Solid player. I like him. But is he a consistent 3-point shooter? Going to shoot 39-40% from the 3-point line? Probably not. They signed Stevenson. They gave him all this money. I don't feel like Stevenson was even worth the money he's making right now. He should have been a minimum deal out there for him. He signed for, I believe, it was $4.5 million. That's insane. He has to shoot 37% or more from 3 points in order to make that deal worthwhile. In order to make that signing even worthwhile. So who's gonna shoot out there? Kyle Kuzma, he's somewhat from the 3-point line, but you gotta get more consistent. Lonzo Ball has no shot. I mean, Brook Lopez is gone, so you don't got a center who can shoot it out there. I mean, I just don't see him making the playoffs.
Here's what I see.
Quick question for you: what seed would they be if they make the playoffs? Because you say you're not going nowhere, but you said they are a playoff team.
What seed they make it?
Yeah, what seed are they?
I'm calling the 5th seed.
No,
I'm calling the 5th seed.
Over who? So you're saying number 1 seed Golden State, number 2 seed Houston.
I'm going to go number 1 seed Houston. Number 2 seed Golden State.
Okay.
Why am I going like that?
Wow.
Because
Bold
it's proven.
prediction of the
It's
year.
proven. Yeah, this
Bold
is my bold
prediction.
prediction. This is my moment. Everyone has a bold prediction. This is my moment. I've never been a Golden State Warrior fan, so it helps me that I'm being biased here. But the point is, Houston is way hungrier than Golden State is. Golden State just won back-to-back championships. This is where complacency kicks in. Do they have the best team in the NBA? Look at their team. All 5 of them are starters. I'm not saying that they're not more talented. They're definitely more talented than Houston. Do they want it as bad? I don't know. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this: Houston gets number one seed, and it's by a little bit. It's not by a huge margin. Don't get me wrong here. I'm not saying Golden State's gonna have the worst season next year. I'm just saying I feel like Houston will have number 1, and Golden State number 2.
So who you got number 3?
See, that's a tough thing. Shaping up in the West.
Denver, Utah.
It's really tough in the West.
OKC.
I'm definitely not going OKC number 3rd. I'm definitely not going OKC number 3rd.
Utah.
I can put Utah number 4, but I don't see him. I don't see him number 3.
You still got Portland over there.
Right.
These all you seem like his name. They're all better than the Lakers. By the way, just so you know, each and every one of them.
So you think that the Utah Jazz are better than the Lakers with LeBron and all these players?
Yes.
Is that what you think?
The way they're currently constructed, yes.
Who the Jazz lose to?
Absolutely.
Who the Jazz lose to?
Wasn't it Houston that they lost to? Yeah, they lost to Houston. They
No.
lost to Houston. Yeah,
they lost to Houston.
They lost to Houston.
4-1.
They lost to Houston.
They lost to Houston. 4-1. You honestly think the Jazz are going to be better
Then the Lakers
next
yes,
season?
Yes, absolutely, yes, absolutely,
So
yes,
let's make a wager on it.
absolutely.
All right,
Right now,
off
right
the
now,
records, we'll make a wager.
right now, the way it's constructed. What day is today?
July 3rd.
July 4th.
Technically July
No,
4th.
technically July 4th. Right now, on July 4th, the way the teams are built, if it stays this way, the Utah Jazz have a better team than the Lakers. And I'm not talking about like only by 1 or 2 wins. I'm talking about like over 5-7 wins. They have a better team than the Lakers.
Okay, let's keep these predictions. This is why we record these things, so we can come back and reflect on them, right? That's the idea. Who?
Portland has a better team.
I say Portland.
OKC has a better team.
I say Portland finishes number 3 in the West next season.
And then you got
And
4.
I hope they do something.
So
with
who you got?
playoffs.
Who you got for Utah?
I got Utah number 4.
But so okay, so you just admitted that Utah's gonna be has a better team than the Lakers.
Like I said, are the Warriors better than the Rockets? No, we saw them win, right? I just think seeding wise, they're gonna have more wins.
So you're saying the Lakers are better, but they're gonna underachieve in the regular season and gonna end up with a lower seed.
Exactly. I think they're gonna have a worse. They're getting together. They're playing with these new players. It's a ton of new players they're adding here. No one's played with each other on this team.
The
for the most part.
Pelicans have a better team than them.
Then who? The Lakers?
Yes.
Let's see next season. We have to see next season.
I guess Golden State 1, Houston 2. I'm gonna say Utah 3. I'm gonna say OKC 4, Portland 5.
You got OKC 4?
OKC 4, Portland 5.
That's a bold prediction right
No,
there.
it's not at
Has
all.
to be.
How is that bold?
Because OKC barely made the playoffs.
No, they got another year under the belt to play together.
So another
they're
year.
only gonna get better.
I know how they're gonna get better. Melo's only getting worse.
Melo's now. Listen, Melo.
Paul George just made more money, but that doesn't mean anything.
I guarantee you, Robert, they're gonna have a system. They're gonna know how to play in their system now. They're gonna know what each player, what their role is. Melo was still trying to adjust to being a third wheel, third player, third option. Now he knows his role. They're gonna be better. I guarantee you. It's just no way. Hell, they're not better. If they're not better, then you're absolutely right. I'm wrong. I look like a fool. But yeah, I got them as a number 4 seed, if not the number 3 seed.
Wow.
Absolutely, yeah, number 4 seed for them. I give Portland the number 5 seed. I'll give Denver the number 6 seed. And then, I'm going to be honest, it's a toss-up between the Pelicans, Minnesota. Them two are better than you than the Lakers before they, to be quite honest. I say you because you're such a LeBron bandwagon.
It's just me at this point. Me against the world.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, I just named you 8 teams that are better than the Lakers.
Okay.
So, I don't see the Lakers making the playoffs. I could easily see them being the number 9 seed.
Cool.
Number 9 seed don't make
No, it doesn't matter. So Jose LeBron is nobody. He's just a regular average player. He's not the best player in the world,
but
right?
LeBron was the number 3 seed, or was it the number 4 seed this year in the East?
And he still made it to the finals.
Correct. All right, but it's the East. This is the West we're talking about.
Okay.
LeBron's only one man. He can only do so much. I'm not taking anything away from LeBron.
You're saying
LeBron's not gonna show out.
Right. But so you're saying the Cleveland Cavaliers had a better team than the Lakers are gonna have next season? That's what you're telling me.
The way it's constructed right now, they got a pretty even team. If you put LeBron you got LeBron on the Cleveland team. That's what we're saying. And LeBron on this LA team.
Right.
So LeBron's on both teams.
Which
and
is
you go ahead and get I could see Cleveland beating them. Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. Wow. Absolutely.
Okay.
And the best out of his 7 series, yeah, absolutely. I see them beating them 4 times.
Let's see.
Kevin Love.
Let's see what the season shapes up.
So you got who's gonna cover Kevin Love?
Kevin Love?
Yeah, who's gonna cover Kevin Love? Kyle Kuzma? He's gonna get abused all day, every day. All day, every day. I'll abuse the shit out of Kyle Kuzma.
No, Kyle Kuzma's not gonna cover Kevin Love.
So who's gonna cover Kevin Love?
We'll figure it out. We don't have someone who can cover him right now. We don't have Randall.
Okay, so who's covering him?
We'll figure it out.
Who's covering him?
I'm not a Lakers fan. I'm just saying.
I'm just telling it's just right there.
You make it sound like Kevin Love's going for 30 a night.
He's gonna go for 30 against the Lakers.
He's
gonna go for 30 against the Lakers.
Why? Because he's
going
against.
You got nobody who can stop me. You ain't got nobody who can stop him.
We'll see.
Pick and pop in the 3.
We'll see. If Kevin Love's not injured,
pick and pop in
I'll
the
tell
3.
you what. Kevin Love's one of the most injury prone, softest players I've seen in the NBA.
Oh, my thumb hurts. Oh, my ankle's shaking. The push-ups.
Absolutely. But he still balls.
He used to ball.
He was your second leading scorer in the playoffs. He's the reason the Cavaliers made it to the finals. Without him, obviously LeBron's the number 1 reason, but without him helping LeBron, he's the only help LeBron had. Period. He's the only help he had. Period. Only help he had in the Cavaliers. And listen, I'm not even a Kevin Love fan. Like you said, he is a soft guy.
So soft.
But he still has some talent, and the guy still could put it on you if you leave him open, if you don't cover him. And I don't see LA being a good defensive team whatsoever.
Let's see what we got next season. Next off, let's talk about the other guy, Paul George. Signs a 4-year, $137 million contract.
Number 3 seed, Paul George. Boy.
With the Oklahoma City Thunder, right? Number 2 in steals last year. He had a great season. I'm a big Paul George fan. I've always have been since he was in Indiana. Ever since he dunked on LeBron, and him playing pretty similar to LeBron style. I've always liked Paul George. Always been a big fan of him.
I gotta stop you right there, because you just gave me some bullshit about OKC, and you said Paul George is only getting older. So now you're saying you like him. So you're saying he's getting better? What's going on?
I mean, Melo's getting worse. I never said anything about Paul George.
Yes, you did. You absolutely said something about Paul George.
Pause the podcast.
Right after you brought up Melo, you said Paul George.
What did I say about Paul George?
You said Paul George is only getting older. You said Melo's getting worse.
Pause it and play it back. Pause it and play it back.
Just keep going, bro.
Because I never said that. I wouldn't say Paul George is getting older.
Absolutely.
To me, he's not that old.
It was not.
So I would never say that. I mean, that makes no sense. I said Melo's only getting worse. That's all I said. And Paul George
said
signed a deal.
It's a year older. That's exactly what you said, man. It's only getting worse, and Paul George is a year older. Like making it sound like now he's a year older. He's gonna start slowing down.
Aside from the podcast, I'm willing to put $20 for Jose. That I didn't say that. Because OKC barely made the playoffs.
No, they got another year under the belt to play together.
So another year.
Only gonna get better.
I know how they're gonna get better. Melo's only getting worse. Let's talk about his contract, right?
I'll take that.
He signed a lot of money, got the max year contract. How do you feel about him staying in OKC, Jose?
I would have done it. $46 million that he would have left on the table. I mean, we discussed this on the last podcast. I'm not leaving that type of money on the table. To be quite honest, I'm trying to, like I said before, I'm trying to set generations up here for multiple generations. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but six, you know? So, yeah, this is going to help me get that done. $46 million. This is what he would have left on the table. It's a lot of dough. I'm not leaving that on the table. I don't care. Anyways, he signed a 4-year deal, opt out after the 3 years. You can go play 3 years over there. Hopefully win a championship or try to make a run with Westbrook. You know, Westbrook is a good talent. Do I think he's a winning player? I do not. So I don't think they're going to win anything. But it's only 3 years. You're still going to be in your 20s when you opt out of that deal and you could easily go sign with LeBron in LA 3 years from now. Because LeBron signed a 4-year deal, so LeBron will still be there. And since you and me could agree he's not slowing down, I could easily see LeBron in 3 years from now still being LeBron, still putting up good numbers, still dominating the NBA.
Still being the number one player in the NBA?
I can't necessarily say the number one player in the NBA, but I still see him, I could definitely see him still be a top 5, top 3 player in the NBA, yeah. Yes.
Okay, makes sense. Now, the thing that aggravates me the most about his offseason is the biggest move we just saw the other day. We got reports that Demarcus Cousins signing with the Golden State Warriors. What? For Jose, for $5.4 million. What? Now we talk about injuries, and the biggest injury one of the biggest injuries in the NBA is the Achilles heel injury. Every time someone gets injured, I mean, they're projected to do completely 180 the next season. Do you feel, one, like Demarcus Cousins will ball next season, or will he flop? And my second question for you is, how do you feel about him going to Golden State after seeing time and time again the passion and hate he has for that team?
Am I disappointed in DeMarcus and the decision he made?
So
yes, very disappointed. Just for the fact that we want to see some parity in the NBA.
Jesus.
And everybody's tired of seeing Golden State win. But if you think about it, in the sense of I'm DeMarcus Cousins, if we put ourselves in his shoes, he's coming off an injury, a major injury. Golden State is known to have one of the best medical staff in the NBA by far, you know. So, you know, you're going to a team that's going to take care of you, you know, is known to take care of their players. And a team that doesn't need to rush you onto the court, doesn't need you to, you know, necessarily play 30 minutes a game every night in order to make the playoffs, you know, because they're Golden State. They're, you know, been there, done that. They could easily, like you saw this year, be the number 2 seed and still win the championship without a problem. You see how many times we saw this year where they were down double digits in the half and came back and blew people out of the water, you know, and still win by 15 or more. I mean, so yeah, he won't have to play. He won't have to rush back. So in a sense, if you look at about DeMarcus, nobody offered me more money. Nobody came. I mean,
nobody offered you more money?
Well, yes, I heard the report that he turned down the 2-year, $40 million, but this was before free agency started. He was, in my opinion, and I can't guarantee this because I'm not DeMarcus Cousins. I figured he thought some other team would have offered him that same deal. Let's say like a LA or, you know, somebody. He just figured somebody would offer him,
or Miami, or
anybody. He figured somebody would have offered him, you know, that type of deal. So I can see why he turned it down before free agency started. Once it started, though, nobody really wanted to offer him a contract. So at this point, he was marketing himself out there to teams. And there's actually a report, Robert, that he marketed himself to the LA Lakers before he went and called Golden State. He told the LA Lakers they could sign him for that mid-level exception deal, the $5.4 million. And LA did not make an offer.
Oh, I'm very upset with LA on that move, honestly.
I mean, this is before they signed LeBron too, before they agree to the deal with LeBron. But if I'm LA, why not? It's just $5.4 million. Why not agree to the deal with Cousins and then go ahead and sign LeBron? Well, I get the whole sense that you're a little hesitant, you know, with him coming off the injury. Is he gonna, you know? But
But
It's
5.4 mil?
exactly. I mean, at
5.4
that price,
for a Boogie?
At that price, if I get Demarcus Cousins at 75%, he's worth that 5.4 million.
I'll pay him 7 mil. I'll pay him 7 mil.
I mean, it's just at that price, there's nothing but upsides. Basically,
What?
It's nothing but upside.
Especially if you surround him with good players, you're putting less weight on his shoulders. Are you kidding me?
It's nothing but upside. So yeah,
It's a
I
no-brainer.
mean, yeah,
I can't believe no one offered
LA definitely dropped the ball. The NBA definitely dropped the ball on that one. And not offering the market, and some team not offering the Demarcus Cousins. I mean, we all may look like fools now. We're seeing this, and maybe he goes out there and it doesn't suit up at all for Golden State, and they just paid the man $5.4 million for nothing.
100%.
I mean, it's possible. This is the reason why people were out there, scared. I mean, at the end of the day, all these contracts are fully guaranteed, so he's gonna get his money, hurt or not hurt. So I can see why people are hesitant. And Demarcus Cousins has a history or perception of being a basket case, somewhat. Being a headstrong type of guy. So you may not want to bring him into a locker room and see if he's gonna disrupt it. Golden State obviously feels like they have enough veteran leadership, and they've been there, done that to where the point where Demarcus Cousins, even if he's angry about playing time or whatever it is that's happening, him not being able to step on the court because he's hurt or something, he wouldn't be able to disrupt their flow regardless. So, I mean, yeah, if I'm Demarcus Cousins, I think he made the right decision going to Golden State and getting the easy ring. Basically, this is what he's doing. If you want to ease yourself back into the the pace of the game and make sure you don't get rushed back and get taken care of, you made the right decision, and nothing better comes out of it than a championship. And this is the ultimate goal for everybody to win a championship. Is it the easy way out? Absolutely. But if I'm coming back from an injury, I'm Demarcus Cousins, nobody else offered me more money, why not get me my ring, make sure I'm healthy, ball out for the last 2 months of the season.
Right, one season.
Yeah, and then get paid the next year. Why not? I mean, this is why you can't be angry at the guy. Is it the easy way out? Absolutely. But at this point, it's the NBA's job to make sure they come up with some type of plan to make it where there's more parity in the league, because this is just getting insane. You can't have 5 All-Stars on one team. It's just absolutely insane. Oh my God, it looks like an All-Star team. Now I'm gonna put the ball's in your court now, NBA. It's up to you guys to come up with a plan. And Adam Silver needs to sit down with everybody, the top executive. Needs to sit down with the NBA Players Association. They all need to sit down and come up with an idea and be like, listen, guys, it's not good for the league no more. At this point, I could easily see after next season people not wanting to watch the league no more, because if you guys talking about another finals where Golden State winning it by a mile, by a sweep, blowing everybody out by over 15 points in every game, it's not fun no more. It's not enjoyable no more. People like nail biters. People want to be on the edge of their seat. So yeah, the NBA needs to come up with a plan and make sure that they put a stop to this, because it's not fun. It's not cute.
How would you feel like being like young and like seeing these like stars all in one team? Like, how would you feel like?
If I was a young kid looking at these players,
Coming into the league,
I would feel like the NBA isn't as competitive as it used to be. That's how I'd feel. I'd feel, if I'm a kid growing up in the Bay Area, I'm loving it. But if I'm a kid growing up anywhere else, I'm upset with the NBA, even as a kid. And
I'm saying, like, if you were playing like a rookie coming into the league and seeing that all your stars are like in one team,
I'd be upset. It almost looks like a rigged league. Adam Silver needs to do something about this. He needs to make some sort of rule. Something needs to change. And as much as I hate it, I want to state this. Jose, maybe you agree or not. He fits in so well with that team. He fits in so well. He wants to be the third splash brother. We all know Boogie has a shot, right? We all know he plays tough basketball, grindy basketball. He'll get you some rebounds. He'll get you some post scoring. He'll definitely get to the foul line. But he can shoot. And now putting him in a position where he's gonna be more open than he's ever been because of the shooting talent you have around you in a Klay Thompson, in a Kevin Durant, in a Steph Curry. He's gonna be open, taking those open shots. So people say, oh, his ankle might be the biggest injury. I understand. It's a risky situation you're taking. It's a gamble you're taking. But you put him with the Warriors, you get him open shots. I think they're gonna have great success this year. But I will say this. I'm upset. 100,000 on my head is disrespect. So offended that I had to double. I will say this. I'm not happy with the move. I'm hoping after this season he teams up with a better team. He gets paid. He shows the NBA that, hey, I can have an injury and bounce back. And I know the NBA is a business, and I know it's all about numbers, but Anthony Davis wore his jersey to the All-Star game. and they had a lot of talks about how they wanted to stick together. They wanted to grow as a team. They wanted to stick together as a franchise. That's all out the window once you sign with the Warriors like that. Yeah, he had an offer. He didn't take it. 2-year extension, 40 mil, whatever. The point is, I'm more upset with the NBA in the fact that no team offered him some money. But guess what? The team who's been winning rings offered him some money. So what does that tell you about the NBA? That other people aren't willing to take that gamble. And if you're not willing to take the gamble, you're not willing to win the big chips.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's just some people, you know, when you think about it, some people just feel like Demarcus Cousins is a headache and they don't want to deal with that headache, you know. The same way I feel about Lonzo Ball. No fault of his own, his dad's fault. Like, if I'm LA right now, I'm looking to deal Lonzo Ball. If I'm LeBron, I want them to deal Lonzo Ball. Look, LeVar already opened his mouth. LeVar's already talking smack over there, talking about, oh, you can't get my son the best player in the world and not expect no championships. Guess what? You're not getting no championship, LeVar. You're not even making it to the playoffs. Book it. I just said it. You're not making it to the playoffs. So, if I'm Magic, Lonzo is a talented guy. You know, he is a very talented guy. He could be a special NBA player one day. I'm going to use that hype that he has around him. And, you know, even though he didn't live up to the full hype, it would have been better if he showed a little bit more during his rookie year. I'm going to try to flip that hype and flip him for somebody else. And somebody I was thinking about, let's say, it's an idea I'm just floating out there. I don't know how the salaries will work out, if they're able to match up or not. But Kemba Walker for Lonzo Ball and whatever other pieces you got to throw in there. I like that. Well, you know, he could shoot. He's a scrappy player, a little smaller. You know, you may lose. You're gonna, you know, not me. You will lose someone on the defensive end because Lonzo is a pretty good defender. But he's just so much more better offensively. Like you said, gives you another clear shooter who could be out there on the court with LeBron, and you know, and then it gives you another facilitator. You know, he's been doing that with the Hornets for X amount of years. I don't know how long he's been in the league already, but he's been there. You know, been there, done that. You know, he's a proven scorer, proven competitor. Feisty guy, nothing but heart. I just feel like that would be a great matchup with him and LeBron, and then Caldwell Pope and Kuzma and Ingram. You trade Lonzo, you trade Luol Deng to make the salaries work, and then you probably gotta give up a first round pick. But I'll do that for a Kemba Walker. I'll do that. I don't see why not. I like Kemba. I think he's a solid NBA player. He's not a superstar, but he's a star in this league.
He's an all-star.
He's a star. I say he's a star in this league. I mean, he plays for the Hornets, so you know he hasn't been able to show what he could do in the playoffs at a consistent basis. But I feel like I feel like he's better than CJ McCollum. And I feel like C.J. McCollum gets a lot more hype than he does. You know, C.J. McCollum, the shooting guard for the Portland Trail Blazers.
Yeah.
I feel like he's a better player than him. So, C.J. McCollum just got paid too. So, I mean, yeah.
And good for him. Because he's balling. He's honestly a great player.
I'm not saying no offense to C.J. McCollum. He is an NBA baller, certified stud. If you tell me to pick one of the two, I'll pick Kemba. Maybe I'm a little biased because going back to college and seeing Kemba, you know, literally just take UConn to the championship and win the championship for them. But yeah, when it comes to I feel like Kemba Walker has that desire, you know, more of a heart to, you know, just go out there and dominate and flat out give you everything he got to win the game.
And he's a smaller guy.
Which is a little negative, to be quite honest, when it comes to the NBA. But
right.
Heart, man, heart, reliant. The guy's nothing but heart, and I like that. If you gave me something, I tell you what, he wouldn't have made a bonehead move that J.R. Smith made. It's because you know his head is in the game. You know his heart's in the game, and he's not gonna let himself become a bonehead meme in the internet because not paying attention to what you're doing in the final minute of a game.
I mean, I think you could name 94% of the NBA will make that bonehead move. Honestly,
won't make that. You mean
won't make that bonehead move? I mean,
yeah.
JR is just on the next level where he's.
Well, to be quite honest, Robert, LeBron has two players on the team right now that I would not put it beneath them to make that kind of move. JaVale McGee and Lance Stevenson. Correct. Both guys are known boneheads.
JaVale McGee, but I'll tell you
Stevenson too. Have you not seen? Just look up Stevenson's highlights.
100%. Don't get me wrong.
But you not see the kind of moves he tries to make sometimes?
Stevenson wouldn't be in that lineup because he's not a starter.
Absolutely he will.
He wouldn't be in that position.
Absolutely he will. JR was even the starter of that game. Absolutely, he will. I mean, Steve is saying absolutely. Over who? So you're saying it won't be. So you're saying it's gonna be what?
Cleveland had nobody. They had to put JR in there.
They had options. No. They didn't have to put JR in there. They could have easily put Ronnie Hood.
Well, that's when they put Ronnie Hood after.
I mean,
because they didn't know what they were doing.
I would have put Ronnie Hood regardless. Even if Ronnie Hood's over there not showing me no heart, not showing me nothing, and looking like
asking for garbage time.
This interest guy. I mean, yeah, I'd rather have him there because I know he's not gonna be a bonehead. I'd rather put him in there than J.R. Smith.
Aside from the fact that somebody needs to drug test that man before he plays an NBA game, let's talk about our next topic. Jimmy Butler. I think he's a good player. I don't think he's the best, greatest player. I think he's a good player. Superstar. And I will say this.
Superstar.
I say all-star. I don't say superstar. I don't say superstar.
So what
I say
you consider
all-star.
a superstar? I want to clarify this.
Oh, superstar?
Yeah. What you consider?
Someone who averages more than 27 points a game and contributes a huge amount to my team. That's what I consider a superstar. Kyrie Irving, superstar. LeBron James, superstar.
Kyrie Irving didn't average 27 points a game.
Kyrie Irving?
He did not average 27 points a game.
He averaged like 26.7. He's right there at the 27 mark, and he's a point guard.
There's multiple players that I guarantee you consider superstars that didn't average 27 points.
Let me take that back. I'll take a 24-point player. Jimmy Butler, though, I'm not happy with the numbers he's putting up.
He gives you 24.
Not every night.
He gives you 24.
Not every night.
What's Jimmy Butler's averages?
Just look it up right now. He doesn't give you 24 a night.
He gave you 22 points last year, Robert.
22, and he was averaging 24 the year before that.
Exactly. So you're saying he doesn't give you that. So that means he averaged for the whole year. So that means he gave you more than 20 points a game on multiple games. So the guy could score. And
Great for him. He's not a superstar.
He absolutely is.
No, I don't think
he's averaging over. You just said in order to be a superstar, you got to average at least 24. So he's averaging the 24.
He's averaging 22.
Last year, but the year before he averaged 24, and then last year he was hurt.
But
last year he was hurt, and he was playing behind Karl Towns, Anthony, and with a Wiggins who likes to put up his shots. So he had less opportunity to put up shots, and he still gave you 22. Plus that great defense he plays. I mean, yeah. And the guy basically plays 40 minutes a game, and he does not get tired out there. So, yeah, he's absolutely a superstar. I'm sorry to hear it. He's absolutely a superstar. Who you got in front of him? Small forwards you got in front of him.
Small forwards?
Durant, Antetokounmpo, Paul George, and LeBron. That's it. Who else? That's it. Kawhi Leonard when he's healthy. Who else? That's it. Done. That's it. I mean, the guy is a superstar. If he's not even a superstar, he's a star at least. He's not.
I said he was an all-star.
No, but in my opinion, an all-star is below a superstar, a star.
An all-star to me is a star.
No, all-star is somebody who because you said all-star to use.
You don't say Gordon Hayward's better than him?
No.
You don't think Gordon Hayward's better than him?
Than Butler? No.
You don't think Gordon Hayward's better than Butler?
No, not at all. 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 Butler is more competitive. Gordon Hayward may be a better shooter, but Butler's way more competitive, better defender. I feel like he gives you more.
The point is, he's having beef issues around the locker room with guys like Andrew Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns, which I take Karl Anthony Towns over him any day. Are we laughing at the bottom?
So listen, here's the thing. Yeah, he's having beef, but he's not having beef because he doesn't like them. He's having beef because he doesn't like the effort they put out. The
work ethic is what he's upset at.
Yeah. Correct. Butler doesn't like the work ethic that Karl Towns Anthony has. He doesn't like that Wiggins doesn't want to put in the time either, That's a fair argument to make against these guys. I mean,
against Wiggins.
If I'm a young player, or if I'm Butler, especially the way he came up out of the league, Butler was not considered a top prospect whatsoever. He had to develop into what he is, had to work his butt off to become who he is. If I'm here and I see these guys who have all the talent in the world, they're more talented than I ever was, not putting the work, knowing that if they put in the work, we could possibly win this championship, yeah, I'll get frustrated. Absolutely, I'll get frustrated. Why wouldn't you not be frustrated? I mean, yeah, if these guys put in the work and get to the level we think they could reach, you can win a championship. So if that's what's stopping you from winning a championship, is these guys not putting in the time, not putting in the effort, not coming into practice, staying up late playing PUBG. Sorry, Towns, you're my boy, but it's true. Yeah. I will be upset too. I don't blame him for saying that he wouldn't want to re-sign with them until he sees some actual effort from these guys. I wouldn't do it either. Because if I'm Butler, I'm already getting up there in age. It's not like Butler's only 24. The guy's already like 28, about to be 29. I'm already getting up there. My basketball career is already winding down. So, yeah, I want to win a ring. And if you guys are not going to take it seriously enough to win a ring because you're still young, you're still 21, still 22, you still think you got all these years left in the NBA to win the ring, yeah, no, I'm not for it. So, yeah, go ahead and trade me out of here and trade me over to Boston, who I want to play with Kyrie, because I know Kyrie has the mentality I have. Kyrie's going to work his butt off to win that ring, and he wants to prove to the world that he's could lead a team to a championship. So, yeah, go ahead, trade me over there. We're going to win rings. Yeah, I'm not mad at Butler at all. I just feel like he should try to hold his teammates accountable, and that's what leaders do. And if you want to be a leader of the team, you're going to hold everybody else accountable.
100%. And, the rumor is he wants to either get traded to Boston or not necessarily to Boston. He just wants to play with Kyrie Irving either this season or next season. So it's either trade this season or team up with him next season, whether it be in Boston or somewhere else. Meaning Kyrie's willing to make moves somewhere else because he wants to play with Jimmy Butler so badly. So, I don't know.
Miami.
I would love him in Miami. You guys are more than welcome to come down here. Still an all-star.
I just feel like, man, I keep saying Miami because
something got to give. Somebody got to come down
Riley.
here.
I know Pat
Eventually.
Riley is literally...
Yo, actually, when you were talking about Pat Riley, what do you think how Pat Riley feels that he's the one that made the super teams and he's not getting none of this cake?
Whoa. Pat Riley did not make the super teams.
There's a big three in Boston before that.
Thank you. People forget
People
that.
always say that
always,
Pat Riley and LeBron did that.
Here's why they want to blame the Heat, because LeBron and Bosh came and signed over here with us, and Boston traded for the players. But guess what? Kevin Garnett still had to give his consent to get traded to Boston, and he did it. Ray Allen still wanted to have to go play in Boston. He wanted to do that too. So, Boston already had a big three before.
And people say big three, but let's be honest. Rondo was a star.
Rondo was an all-star too.
So you can almost say
absolutely.
big four. You can almost even say
The Celtics look like the modern-day Warriors.
at that point. Because they had 4 superstars starting on their team. Because Rondo was dishing out about 15 to 17 assists a night.
But Steve is absolutely right. Pat Riley is known to want superstars. It's a superstar-driven league, But the thing about Pat Riley is he loves big man. Ever since he was with the Lakers, New York, he had Kareem, he had Patrick Ewing, and then with Miami, Alonzo Mourning. Then he traded for Shaq, won his rings with that. He likes big man. That's why he went and signed Whiteside to the contract he signed, because Whiteside was showing all his potential. He likes big man. So I feel like the one player he probably wanted out there, if he would have been healthy, would have been Demarcus Cousins. But since Demarcus Cousins went and had that injury, that Achilles injury, Pat Riley was a little hesitant. Like,
Do I want some of these other guys, or are they gonna take me to the promised land?
I just feel like he's a little biased when it comes to that sense. Because I'm a big Kawhi fan. I feel like, if we could trade for Kawhi, why not do it?
Seriously.
But, I do not. And Pat Riley, I trust.
Got all my faith.
So, yeah, I'm not going to doubt the guy whatsoever. He's been there, done that. He got in us multiple championships. But I think something's going to give eventually. So, I'm just curious to see what happens. And I feel like, after next year, he's really going to be. If nothing happens this year and we stay the way we are, the Miami Heat stay the way they are, I feel like next year he's really going to have, something burning where he's going to have an itch to fulfill and to scratch. And he's going to go ahead and trade somebody. And he traded multiple players to land a superstar. But, yeah, if it doesn't happen this year, which it doesn't look like it will, I feel like next year, he's going to land a superstar. And this is all you need in the NBA to win a championship. It's 1 star.
Right. Maybe he was really optimistic with Whiteside, hoping that big man, he can get that big man type of style back in the NBA. But we all know the NBA's changed. Your big man got to shoot, drive, and dribble now. So let's talk about our next subject, right? Nothing big, but Dwight Howard signs a 1-year deal with the Wizards. They got rid of Marcin Gortat, so they obviously need someone who's going to replace him. And Julius Randle signs to the Pelicans for 2 years for $18 million. Julius Randle, Anthony Davis. What do you think about that, Jose?
It could work. I mean, Randall was showing at the end of the year, that he could become maybe
the end of the year was 100% different.
Sank Randolph type of player. He's not there all the way yet. But if he becomes that or Randolph light, maybe not full Sank Randolph because he's a Hall of Famer in my opinion. But if he becomes Randolph like, Anthony Davis is a full blown Hall of Famer. So I mean, yeah, I feel like they could make some noise. They still got, what's this guy's name from Chicago? Mariakis, whatever his name is. He could shoot the 3.
Mirotic?
Yeah, Mirotic. There you go. He could shoot the 3. They still got him. I feel there's still a playoff team. Better than the Lakers. Yes, I said it. Better than the Lakers. Is it ideal to replace Cousins with a Randall? No, but yeah, Randall is a very talented player. Still developing. If he takes another step forward, I like that deal. 2-year deal. It still gives him a chance to get paid 2 years from now. And so it gives him. If I'm the Pelicans, since it's a 2-year deal, I got a little more faith in him putting in the work to take the next step in his career and become the player he wants to become. So yeah, I don't see why not. I like the move. Nothing but upside. Are they gonna win as many games as last year? Maybe not. But you saw after Cousins went down, they look pretty solid. So yeah, I don't see why they couldn't be able to keep the same momentum going and still be a playoff team and make some noise out there in the West more than the Lakers once again.
Keep it coming all night, Jose. I'll be here all night. So yeah, like I said, guys, a lot of stuff going on in the NBA, and this is just a few weeks into the offseason. I mean, we still have a few more months. Summer league's around the corner. We're going to see some prospects develop. Marvin Bagley.
Sorry to cut you off there, but how great would it be if somebody pulls a DeAndre Jordan and doesn't sign because nothing becomes official until Friday?
That is true. That is true.
How awesome would it be?
How funny if he does it again?
How awesome would it well, that would be. If DeAndre
he did
Jordan,
it last year. He said he was going to sign with the
3 years ago, he was going to sign with Dallas. He agreed to sign with Dallas.
Right.
And
Mark Cuban probably still hates him.
He's
like, I'll take you.
Basically, the Clippers held him hostage in his house. Blake Griffin, Doc Rivers, Chris Paul were at his house. Basically, held him there until Friday came and make it official for him to sign, and he signed with the Clippers. So yeah, he was basically spurring the Mavericks for the Clippers. It'll be awesome. It'll be amazing. And I know LeBron won't do this, but how amazing would it be if LeBron you know what? Since Golden State went and signed Boogie, I'm gonna go sign with Houston, guys. Since I'll be amazing. I would laugh. I mean, that'll make my day.
You know what even make it better?
That'll be awesome.
You know what even make it better? If Boogie did that.
I'm the boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you.
Because he hates the Warriors.
I actually want Boogie to go to the Warriors, get all the fucking shit that he needs,
and leave, them,
and then go back to Pelicans and be like, "Yo, I just learned some shit."
Yeah, and they're gonna be like, "All right, go kick rocks." But I mean, it'd be interesting to see if someone DeAndre Jordan's a team. But let's wrap it up with that, guys. We talked a lot about what's going on in the NBA. Next podcast is coming up soon this week. Stay tuned, subscribe, like, comment. Give us your honest opinion, what you guys think we should improve on, how we can get better, what you like from us, what you didn't like. And if it's something we don't care about, we'll just ignore it. Anyways, thanks for tuning in to Sports Blitz. Your boy Rob. Take care.
This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Don't catch you slipping now. Look what I'm whipping now.